sells out everywhere he goes, including starting he's got a 4-night run coming up on Blues Alley starting tonight. And about a year ago, him and his business partners made a decision to extend their brand into wine, into a wine called Portolovo. It's on sale at most of your local retailers. They've had an incredible amount of success in the last year. And as a small, pure startup, kind of getting off the ground and kind of having to do a lot and work much bigger than the number of people they are, they chose Office 365 to kind of use and deploy as their communications and collaboration system. So I want Marcus maybe say just a couple minutes about just how much success they've had, how they've grown, and how Office 365 has helped them get where they are.
Hey, I forgot we went to business school together at Georgetown. Always have to get the Hoya plug in. Hoya Stacks all the way. Thanks for coming out this morning to see some friends and familiar faces and my friends LaSalle at Microsoft. I think I got put into this task of speaking this morning after a little rant last Friday talking to Bill. And we're doing some events on our own with the music side of the company as well as the wine side of the company coming up here at the Microsoft store. And I'm like, I see all these meet people and meet Amy. I'm like, but Bill, with what we're doing on the business side with Microsoft 365, they need to be talking about me, Marcus, and Bill. Or Bill and MJ, however you want to say it.
Don't be Kevin. It's okay.
Kevin and James and the whole crew for keeping this together. Our 365 has literally, I would say saved our company. It's allowed us to scale. As Bill mentioned, we've had some pretty big growth in the last year. We're on the phone right now trying to figure out when our product is actually going to hit the shelves, or actually the floor, because they're giving us floor stacks at Walmart. We're cut into Costco this week. We just got a big chain called Farm Fresh in southern or southeastern Virginia. We're in about 600 or so stores for Super Value nationwide, and that's like Albertsons. I just got off a plane yesterday afternoon from Peoria, Illinois, where we're doing some pilot programs for Kroger. And Kroger, if you know, they own Ralph's, Food for Less, and brands like that. So essentially, in 8 months, we've been able to scale and to compete with some companies that have been in business, exponentially longer than we have. One of our distributors, Virginia Imports, the CEO, called us up the other day. It was like, look, I know companies that have been in business for 70 years and have not been able to get their product into Walmart. And they're like, you all did it in less than 6 months. And it's how? Number one, we're highly organized. Now, my business partner who's back there on the phone camera right now may disagree with me, but I look at where I've seen other companies of our size and what we do. We meet regularly. Whenever we set up a meeting, it's in our system. Have a regular appointment system, that's great. But one of the things that I really love about the 365 system is I'm always traveling. We have things like version control, and you could use Dropbox if you want to, but for stuff that is just like really ours, the version control checkout functions of 365, they really make it easy for us when we're dealing with contracts. I have one of my legal associates right here. When we're dealing with contracts, when we're dealing with proposals, and we're doing this all the time, it's great to be able to check something out and know that the version that you're working on is the only version that is being circulated in your company. Because I can tell you that before, when you're using other document services or, regular just Dropbox, you can have 4 people working on the same proposal all over the country. It comes back in and you have no idea. And doing a strict search function and compare and combine function just isn't going to do it. The integration, things like Word, PowerPoint, being able to PDF, send across, share, that is another thing that has allowed us to scale a lot. Now, I have a music side of the company, as I mentioned, as well as the wine side. The music people are a little less, let's say, I don't want to say It's not less professional. They aren't used to the same types of systems as what I consider the wine business, the somebody that's dealing with the supply chain all the way through. When you get to the larger companies, maybe small company, it's hard. So our email system, and again, being able to share our documents, use functions like Yammer. And I was hip to Yammer before Microsoft bought it, but now that they're integrating it in, it's this system that allows you to have an intranet so that you can not only share your documents, but you can see what people are doing. So we're very excited about what we can do with Surface, with the new Microsoft phones, integration with Microsoft 365, and I would say that it's a very important part of how we've been able to scale up, where we're right next to Robert Mondavi on every shelf in places like Peoria, Illinois, and in Columbia, South Carolina. Or there's a Apothic Red, and there's ours, and we're in the same, price point and on the same eye level shelf, and they call it Reach or Eye, Eye of Reach with these other brands that are gala brands. I mean, you're talking about billion-dollar companies. We're not there yet, but we sure do look like it. And I would say that our integration with the regular Microsoft products and Microsoft 365 is a lot of things. So, and we appreciate you. And mobile, I mean, integrating the mobile side of it as well. So I'm a Bill, Wooden, and James, and Kevin, and C3 fan. Definitely a Microsoft 365, just Microsoft in general.
Great. Thanks, Mark.